Hello, everyone.
Soul family. It's so nice to see all you European soul family visit us today because that's why we did it today at 3 o'clock. We're going live at 3 so that you guys could attend. So I see many of you made it. Salea, who else? I saw one more person from Europe. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. It's so nostalgic, isn't it? That we're sitting in freaking December 29th, 2023. Where did this year go?
I know we decided to take a vacation, mini vacation for New Year's Eve. So we're just 30 minutes away from Tulum in a beautiful, beautiful all inclusive resort. And we're so proud of ourselves this morning. Instead of going straight for breakfast, we went to the gym first and we both had a very good workout. And then we had a semi responsible breakfast. But
Pretty
we're
okay.
allowing ourselves to be in balance, but also indulging when we feel like it.
How are you guys doing? Tell us, how are you guys doing? Comment in the chat. We would love to hear from you guys. So happy to be live with you as well. So we have some amazing messages to share with you. For those of you who are Ascension students who love us for our Ascension teachings, you guys are in for a treat. I can hear you guys salivating just by me saying that because we have so many pearls to share with you guys. And it literally feels like we've written pages and pages and pages and pages
And
because it's
Eldora
been
channeled most of these while I was in the shower an hour before this
it was
video.
nonstop.
It's like her tap has opened again, and I'm like, thank you, hallelujah.
And guys, I wanted to say why my tap. Do you know why my tap is open again? It's not that my tap was closed. In the last year, and actually that's what I want to start with by really thanking you guys for your sweet love, your outpour of love, your loving messages to my last video that was very spontaneous, but that was also so fucking channeled because my guides know how to use me, first of all help me heal, but also use me as an instrument for the healing of all divine feminine and all divine mothers and all divine daughters and all divine sisters. On August, so 8/8 this year, the guide said, in my Markaba course of all things, the guide said, talk to your audience about the attack that has been so viciously put on you. And I'm like, now? Like, no way. And they're like, go now. So 8/8, if you guys remember, I burst into tears and I told you about the attack. I could barely speak. After the video, I was like, damn, I didn't really say anything in it. I sounded so stupid. And I had all these self judgments, thinking, damn, I had one shot and I didn't say anything but cry. And then I didn't say anything again. And then again, this year, December 21st, what do my guides do? Go live now. And they said, if you put it off, you won't make it because you'll get in your head. Do it now. So I literally pulled out my phone and I went live. And guys, that was really, 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 really deep. Did you guys feel the enormity of that video? I didn't realize, I didn't watch it. I made it and I just forgot about it. And then Olivia, who's about to start working with us, texted me and said, you need to go read the comments. She said, you have no idea how powerful that video was. I have watched it 3 times and you have no idea how you're talking, you're representing, you're speaking on behalf of every single one of us who's been bullied all our lives.
And everyone can resonate with that at some level. You know what that watching your solo video about being bullied did to me? It helped me feel into how numb I've been to being bullied throughout my life. Because when you're a nice person and you don't mean any harm to others, when some others do harm to you, it feels numbing. It's like we come from a different frequency band where this hatred and anger and revenge don't even exist, right? So for us to receive that energy on Earth, which is such a harsh planet, sometimes it can be so numbing that we don't even know how to respond to that. And every single one of us has been through that situation. And I
You know,
thank Eldora for sharing her rawness because that helped me. I was raw after watching that video for the whole day. I was like, wow, I've been not in touch with my own feelings.
That's very sweet. And Siman was actually taking a solo day that day. He was out, and that's again, everything is so channeled. Like he was out by the beach working on his own solo time. We were doing a solo day. And that morning, I knew, my God, something's happening, something's happening, something's happening. And I didn't even realize it's solstice. And when I made the video, Siman didn't even know I was making the video. He watched it after, and he was out the whole day, and he came home completely like emotional. He's like, your video has shaken me up. So that's when I realized what my video did. Until then, I had no idea. And yes, so many of you said it made you cry. You guys went so deep. And for those of you who know what we're doing, we are actually, through our tears, through our hard work, through being bullied ourselves and coming out even more powerfully than before, by using our voice saying, hey, we are innocent. Have no right to do this to us. You know what we're doing? We're literally rising as the Christed children that we are. That, you know what, you cannot do this to us. You cannot hit our solar plexus where it hurts most, and our heart where it hurts most, because these are the two chakras that were most affected for me with this attack, this dark attack, vicious attack, with all of these accusations and lies. Which, by the way, it's not happening to me just because I'm a public figure, but it's also happening to us because we have such a huge mission on this planet, you guys. We have such a big mission. And all of last year, and that's one of the first things I wanted to start with, is how when we talk, we're doing like a 2023 recap, and what are the biggest accomplishments of 2023. First of all, we hosted so many, like 12 months of New Earth Mystery School events. We did all kinds of events like higher self mergers, guidance, how to activate your guidance, thought, law of one, teachings, like so many. And for any of you who wants to know, hey, what teaching should I do, write to us. Just write to info@nems.love, nems.love, and say, guys, I want to start, but I don't know where to start. And in fact, we're also going to be doing a video where we'll talk to you guys about where to go, how to start, how to navigate our amazing library of courses. But that's something. And another celebration that Saman and I are making is how well we did this year. We showed up on social media, we showed up on YouTube, despite being under attack, despite our solar plexus being hurt. And you know why attacks hurt the solar plexus, you guys? We were under dark attack all of last year, as you guys know. Some of you know. You know why it hits the dark attack? The solar plexus. It's because when it hits the solar plexus and the heart, for people like Eldora and Saman, who so lovingly come up and share our love, share our truth, share our teachings, we're just inner children with you guys. It hits our heart and it feels like we don't want to do that for humanity anymore. So that is self-sabotage though. That's what the dark attacks want. They want to hit you in a place where you just give up and say, I'm just going back to life because I don't need this shit. But that's not what we're being asked to do. We're being asked to activate our drive, and we're going to get into some very potent messages for you. We're being asked to stand up as the warriors of light that we are, because this is a test. This is an initiation. Are you going to just walk away? Think about it this way. Think about you just having met the relationship of your dreams, and there's a little bit of like hard stuff in the beginning. Are you going to just give up and run away? I ran away when I was 18, and it was just reflected to me this morning saying, Eldora, look at how far you've come. I ran away from an abusive home when I was 18. And I put up a story on Instagram that was making me emotional, thinking of shit, how did I manifest this life? I slept on the streets of Mumbai. I had no food to eat. And yet that was the first time I met angels. I felt angels saying, wow, there's somebody taking care of me. There's this invisible hand where taxi drivers are giving me food. Taxi drivers are saying, come sleep the night in our house. Our wife and children would love to have you. And literally, like, that was one of my biggest blessings. And so 23 literally is like a culmination, you guys, of all of our hardest work until now. And I really want to start by saying that 23, the more it felt like a slap to you, the more it felt like a slap to you, the easier 24 is going to be. The easier, the happier. Why? Because the slap was us going through our lessons at the speed of light. The slap was all these relationships breaking down, all of these attacks coming on us, our loved ones talking about us. All of this just culminated in 2023. And now, for those of us who had the self responsibility, saying, we got it, we know where our shit is, we know it's us, we know it's not them, where you didn't project and you took self responsibility, you guys are in for a treat in 2024. I'll start with that.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a slap for most of us. 2024, it shocked us
23.
out of 2023. 24, I hope, is not another slap
24
because
seems like a very good energy, you guys. Are you guys feeling it? What's the energy you're feeling? Let me know. 24, I'm feeling really good
I'm
energy.
feeling that those who own their homework and took care of their business in 2023, cleaned up their house, and from that, what I mean, we always focus back on the ascension, on the soul's path. For people who took 2023 was a year of very difficult lessons for many of us. Some of us had lessons of letting go in relationships that are no longer resonating. Some of us had money blocks come up. Some of us had jobs that are no longer resonating. Some of us were dealing with loneliness or depression, what have you. There's a vast array of problems that any one of us is going through. But people are being asked right now to stand up as warriors and to complete their curriculum rather than feel daunted and overpowered by all these obstacles and challenges that life has put through. And the reason is that your higher self or the universe will never present you with any challenges that you cannot overcome. So those who are just rising up as warriors in 2023 and saying, you know what, I'm throwing down the gauntlet, bring it on. I'm up for the challenge and I'm going to grow out of this. I'm not going to shrink from this experience. And for these kind of people, 2024 will present many, many exciting opportunities to grow, to expand your abundance, to rise in your mastery. And the lessons will still be there. 2024 is not going to be a walk in the park, to be honest. There's going to be many ups and downs, but the whole game that this universe, this whole frequency shift from 3D to 5D, the whole message behind all of this is that it's no longer going to work if we stay within our heads. We have to start learning how to operate with the rising frequencies of planet Earth. And when we realize that it's all about how, what kind of emotions we're projecting out into the universe, and when we realize that our negativity is going to make our reality difficult for ourselves, we attract what we vibrate. So when we vibrate out of our own self-pity, self-judgment, or keeping ourselves smaller, feeling that I'm not good enough, or constantly criticizing, judging yourself and holding yourself back, or saying I'm going to keep myself back so that my loved ones can wake up one day and I'll ascend with them when they wake up. All of this is bullshit. This has to go out the door. We have to throw away all of our excuses and realize it's time for us to rise up. And for these kind of people, 2024 is going to be very exciting. But for people who are struggling, who are in resistance, there will be challenges. And these are all coming from a place of love. These are all the universe showing there's still time to grow up, and the universe is still going to hold our hand. And it's an opportunity to grow.
Wow. It's absolutely, it feels very nostalgic. I don't know if you guys can tap into the nostalgia that I'm feeling as well. It just feels very nostalgic to be wrapping up 23 with this. And today, truly, guys, feels like a chit chat with Soul Family. That's the energy we have. We're here to connect with you guys and give you some amazing Ascension teachings for all of you who just joined. Don't forget to hit the like button, as it really helps YouTube's algorithms in proposing this video to others. So please remind each other always to hit the like button. And they say when you do it within the first 10 minutes of the video, it's even better. So first of all, before we go into this video with all the messages we got channeled from our guides, we want to start by saying to you, you want something?
Yeah, water.
So first of all, a few announcements. We are having a Bacalar mushroom plant medicine retreat. That's our next retreat. It's happening in April. We're still in the process of signing up contracts and all of that with the property. It's in a beautiful property. It's going to be a mushroom plant medicine retreat. We have a very large waiting list that of a lot of people who are super interested. So for those of you who are just like, absolutely, I need to be there, who understand that this is just, you're just ready for this kind of healing, this kind of journey with an intimate group of 24 people, write to us and we'll give you all the details, and we'll also add you to the waiting list. How do you do that? You either DM us on Instagram and say, hey, add me to the waiting list, or email us at info@nems.love, NEMS.love. There's already 6 people who've bought tickets. They're saying, who are like our hardcore Ascension students, who are like, we can't miss this, and only 24 spots. So we are really setting the intention to connect with many of you high vibing souls in this one who are just ready. We're going to be channeling a lot of Metatronic frequency activations. Most of our medicine ceremonies, when we hold ceremonies, Metatron literally descends into the room himself, and we act as a channel to help him operate and do whatever. So we'll be channeling source, as
I
you guys
highly
know.
recommend watching our previous video, our encounter with Metatron, because recently we did a plant medicine ceremony in Bacalar.
Oh, I
just,
highly recommend
2
that
weeks
video.
ago. So it's our previous video from this one. It's our previous live. And Metatron came in very tangibly in that experience. And literally, we were honored by him as Ascension students. And he was acknowledging us for all of our hard work and efforts in raising up our frequency and expanding how we're showing up in service to humanity. And we were gifted the keys to the 12th dimension. I don't even know actually what that means, because it's like new, but it's going to be more of as shamans, we are allowed to access a higher dimension and explore in sorry. So we can expect to explore in a higher playground of newer possibilities and that are closer to the frequency of God. And that can only mean more miracles that will be witnessed.
And the way I look at it is also, I feel like right now we're in this juncture where a lot of our Ascension students have risen to the point where we can start sharing with you guys all of the activations that we have been gifted and gifted by the masters just because of our divine path. So I literally feel like we'll be channeling all of these for the next level of Ascension students who are ready to take it up a notch and walk your path of ascended mastery. So if this is you, put aside the money. Do not let money become a block. In fact, one of the messages that I got was for you guys, and this is a teaching separate of the mushroom. It's a teaching on its own. And the message was change your perspective around money. What they're saying to me is that in old earth, so when the galactics talk, they always look at us as old earth because they already see a future version of earth, which is new earth. So there's certain characteristics of old earth that we leave behind in new earth. One is the concept of money. But for right now where we are, the message that came in was change the way you look at money. Most of us live with this idea of hoarding money. I was the same way. We were all like that. It's the 3D mentality of hoarding money,
Scarcity.
scarcity. I don't have enough and I have to work really hard to get money and I can't invest my money. Now what happens is what was shown to me is that money then becomes a depreciating asset. Money when left without doing anything in your bank account is a depreciating asset. It's not working for you. So what they want you to do, and this was a very strong message that came in, is in your life start looking at money as a tool, as an investment to raising your vibration. I repeat, start using money as a tool, simply a tool, an energetic tool, like a spanner, like a screwdriver is a tool and it serves a purpose. So what they're saying is use money not as something that you have to amass, but something that you use as a tool to open new portals. Go to retreats that are here to heal you. Go invest in spiritual courses, invest in that solo vacation that your soul is craving, invest in anything that uplifts your souls, because then your money is no longer a depreciating asset. It becomes an appreciating asset. And guess what? Another download that I got was a lot of our Ascension students, like Ra Angel was shown to me, normal, everyday guys and girls working all over the world. Like this guy works in London, makes a couple of thousand pounds a month, just a normal, ordinary life, lives with his parents in London. And all of a sudden, what I was shown very clearly is that normal, everyday people, and I was quoted Jesus's quote where he said, "The meek shall inherit the earth." And all of this was shown to me. None of this is from my head. I'm just telling you what the guides were showing me in sequence. They said a lot of these pure hearted souls who are really channeling all their focus on their soul's evolution and their ascension are now, because of their desire to evolve, they are opening keys and portals that ordinary people cannot open. So what does that mean? Ra Angel, has been at every single event of NEMS ever. Like even if it's 2 in the morning in London, he's there. He's been to Croatia festival, then he came to the Tulum retreat, now he's planning to sign up for the mushroom retreat. Now, it's not like he makes a lot of money, but what he does is his focus is so much on the ascension that he has a goal. He knows where he's going. He sees how he's quantum jumping, quantum leaping every event. He's done every single course we've ever offered in our life, like literally since 2.5, 3 years. So, and he sees how he's gone from a normal, everyday guy to becoming a divine feminine, divine masculine, one of the hardest things on the planet. So they want you to rewire the way you look around money. And they want you to realize that through your money, you can use it as a tool, not just through money, but money is usually a tool. It's also in your curriculum. If you're broke, if you're completely broke, then it means you're not in mastery, because divine God creators are not broke. We know how to make money. We can scrub a car, we can wash, we can do anything. I can cook to make money, I can teach Ascension to make money, so can you. So if you're just sitting down and not activating your drive, activating your passion, activating your hardworking abilities, you're just sitting around and going into lethargy. 24 is going to be a very hard year for you, and you still have time to snap out of it, because these are the frequencies that you need to bring in and activate and take life, like literally take matters in your own hands. Don't say, like there's a girl who came from Australia to our last retreat, and her husband left us a message. He was in tears, and you know what they said? They said, we lost all of our money through a scam, like a spiritual scam, but they said this Pleiadian light body and DNA activation retreat was so important to us that we decided that Christy would go to this one, and the guy would come to Egypt, House of Ra, Egypt 888. We're doing a massive House of Ra Egypt tour. Again, if you guys want to get on the waitlist, email us at info@nems.love and just say Egypt House of Ra waitlist. And as soon as she finished the retreat, and she was just in so much gratitude, you know what? They left me a message and saying, fuck it, we're both coming to Egypt. There's no way we're missing it. Why is this important? The meek shall inherit the earth. What we're being shown is the more you align to raising your vibration, doors will open for you that are currently closed.
Yeah.
All you have to do is raise your vibration, because then you raise your state of joy, then you meet new people. All of a sudden you're in a new dimension. All of a sudden you've left the heaviness of your city. All of a sudden you're like, shit, my spouse doesn't resonate, my job doesn't resonate, I'm doing me. And just like that, you've opened a new octave of reality.
That's a very, very deep teaching. And another way of reinforcing that teaching is by the saying that we channeled from our guides, is that vibration in New Earth is going to be your highest currency.
Yes.
It's not going to be the car you drive, or it's not going to be the fancy restaurants you go to. The people who are getting this early on right now, who are beginning to sniff where this direction of our planet is going, are realizing that our planet is going towards a revolution where energy and consciousness and self-awareness and activating our DNA and focusing on our ascension, raising our frequency, balancing our right and left hemispheres using both our divine masculine and divine feminine operating systems, operating from the wisdom of the heart, as well as mastering our logic and intuition, using intelligence and balance with wisdom. All of these things are what are going to create the foundation for New Earth, for you to be able to even experience New Earth. And money is a basic curriculum of New Earth. So money is all about your root chakra. If your root chakra is blocked, then you will not be able to proceed. So this is very important to in people who are investing in their ascension are going to get a head start for opportunities in the next few years.
Okay, so I want to talk about, and guys, hit the like button if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit the like button. That helps YouTube suggest it to more people. So another thing that was shown to me, and I want to spend some time on this, is that 2023 acted as a major divergence point for all your relationships. 2023 was set up by the galactics. 2020 was when COVID, when the world said something's not right. The masses started to awaken. Something deep shifted in our DNA in 2020 with COVID. 2023, what I've been shown was the divergence point where it became super crystal clear, almost like a filtration system. So when we went through our attack by the dark for 1 year, when all kinds of stuff was being said about us, all kinds of, like there was just like a dark attack. The dark did everything in their power to get us down. And what I was shown is that this too was part of the dark helping us out in a twisted way. Because when you think of it, the dark they're always our master teachers. And what these kind of attacks and relationship breakups and anything that you guys have had, what do? They act as filtration systems in your life. And 2023 was the biggest filtration system where the divergence has happened. And this could be friendships. It could be, in our case, it was audience. Like, all the people that were our core audience, 50% of them didn't believe the attacks. They didn't even watch the attacks. They're like, we don't want, and they went up with us. 50% or 30%, I would say about 30% believed everyone and they went down. So this is called the divergence of timelines. Many people in your life may have exit your life, just like some of our core students exit ours. And it's not because of how it seems on the surface. I repeat, it's not on how it seems on the surface. So you may think someone exited your life because you guys fought, or I don't know, they were triggered by you or some stupid thing like that. But what is really happening is, I'm going to show you this. What is really happening is, imagine that every
The other
frequency,
side. Oh,
imagine that every band has a frequency to it. So let's say this is X hertz, let's say this is Y hertz, let's say this is Z hertz, and each one has a frequency. Now, let's say you and your friends back in 3D were vibrating at envy, gossip, insecurity. You're kind of stuck in the X hertz. Now, what happens is when you go from X to Y, all of a sudden you start going into this frequency bandwidth where it starts shaking. It almost starts to feel shaky until you make the smooth jump into Y. All right, now is where it gets interesting. A lot of light workers are already in Y, which we call the lower 4D. As this lower 4D, the Schumann resonance is just going off the charts. And what's happening is that this lower 4D to upper 4D jump is so drastic for some people. And I'm going to go into some characteristics of which kind of people are having the hardest time. When you, and many of them could be you, which is why this is like coming in so strong, is what happens is there's like a frequential barrier that is hit. And after that point, a soul just gives up and says, this is too hard for me. I'm not making the jump. And instead of knowing that from a soul's perspective, you're giving up or it's too much for you, what the human thinks is, oh, I don't need this job. I don't like this person. I don't want to talk. The soul the human makes up all these examples,
It's just a
stories.
story.
But what's happening is it's just a freaking your soul saying I cannot. So if you're in that middle of a frequential jump, know that this shakiness in your life, it just means that you're going through very turbulent waters and you're being asked to make the jump where the waters get smooth, and it's not. So as you go higher and higher, you're going to see that the filtration system is in effect. That is called the divergence, where each frequential um,
Bandwidth.
bandwidth will reject anyone that is not vibrating enough. So you may be going higher, but some of your friends may be going away. Our audience, the ones who fit away, decided we're not ready to ascend. We're not ready for master teachers such as you, Eldor and Saman. But what did their humans say? Eldor and Saman are false light, or they're not good people, or they lie, or whatever shit they made up. This is happening to light workers on a massive scale, you guys. We're just front runners. We're just like the way showers. We're just like public figures. It's happening to all of you in your own lives. When this happens to you, it's important. There's many messages coming in, okay? A, don't take it personally and get involved in the attack and make yourself numb. But instead, this is coming in very strong that you have to heal your numbness. I even wrote down, how do you heal? Saman, you want to tell them? Let's say
Yeah.
someone is numb.
So basically, a lot of us are in this state of numbness where we have currently cut ourselves off from our own emotions and our communication. That's why we're not able to express ourselves clearly, and we're not even able to express what kind of emotional state we're feeling. That's called a state of numbness. And many of us reach this state of numbness because we've either had a childhood trauma or somehow many light workers are high frequency souls that have come to earth from higher dimensions, and in these higher dimensional planets, negativity and all of these lower frequencies like anger and hate and revenge, they don't exist. So our tolerance level coming to earth as a new soul, although we are very ancient souls in our experience galaxy wise, but on earth, when we came and signed up for this volunteer mission to help earth ascend, we're still new for earth, right? So the frequential barrier of earth hits us so hard that we take on this trauma into our cellular memory. And all star seeds and light workers go through this process. It's called shattering. And many of us experience this shattering in terms of maybe like abuse in childhood or some sort of like very traumatic experience. And it's usually early on in our life. And then it creates a traumatic imprint that keeps on repeating the same traumatic pattern throughout our life. So we may choose a traumatic partner, we may choose a traumatic mother, and what have you. So this causes us to go into a state of shock and numbness where, if even though people in your life may be abusing you continuously, you're become so numb that you don't even know how to respond to the abuse, let alone respond. You don't even know how to acknowledge the abuse. So having gone through a lot of this healing ourselves over the past decade, we've come to a point where our hearts are able to open up for humanity and show up in service to humanity purely based on our own frequency of unconditional love. And to get to the point, you have to heal the numbness, the emotional pain that you carry within. And that's not an easy task, because in this particular lifetime on Earth, since 2012, Earth has completed all of its previous 12 cycles, which completes a 26,000 galactic year. So we've gone through all the spectrums of the 12 horoscope, and we've gone from age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And that means that all of our karmic lessons are now being cleared before we can move into the next age of Aquarius. So many people are dealing with very dense and yucky stuff right now. Many people are dealing with a lot of their shadows and traumas coming up, and this is what we've been discussing on our channel. We provide many tools on how to deal with this.
And I wrote down a few small tips for those of you who want to heal this. How did I heal? Like, I healed after a year of numbness, you guys. You guys see the difference in my energy today? I'm back. I'm finally back.
Yeah, we're both feeling very healed
And you know
after going
what?
through
And you
a
know
lot of
what?
traumatic
It's not like
processes.
my tap was closed. It was like all of these downloads would come in, but I didn't have the feeling of sharing it with my audience because my audience felt unsafe. And so this, when life starts to feel unsafe, we just silo away. And then what are we supposed to do? Heal it. And how did I heal it? On December 21st, my guide said, go on live and just share it. Share whatever comes up. Don't try to be perfect. And I did that. And it's on my YouTube channel. You can watch it. It's called I have been bullied. I was never bullied in my life, or so I thought, but I've been bullied all my life, and I didn't know that, and it was a breakthrough. But what they're saying is, if you are, and then when you go down, you've been attacked, you've hit the ground, you've completely become numb, and then you fucking shatter everything and say, I know who I am. I don't need anybody to tell me what I did wrong. And you know what? Another thing I was shown is, why do we believe these attackers? We don't believe them. On the face of it, you know it's all bullshit because you know you're a good person. But why do you get numb? Because your parents have told you you're a bad person. Your ex-husband has told you you're a bad person. In my case, my ex-in-laws told me I was a bad person. So you start believing the world. That is what we're doing. We have to ultimately realize that I don't care if the whole world thinks I'm a bad person. I know who I am. And then when you break everything and you just stand up, that is when your power starts to go explosive, you guys. So I'm going to give you guys a few very simple tips that I wrote down in the last hour or so. The biggest and easiest way to heal. Now, this is very important because what's happening for many of you, your numbness is becoming your biggest block in life, and that it is completely spinning you out of vibration with job opportunities, relationship opportunities. And what is one form of numbness? The inability to express your emotions, the inability to connect your heart chakra to your throat chakra to speak how you feel. Now absorb that for a moment. This is more common than you may imagine. Now this has to be healed, because when you just keeping all of your emotions like this, you become a ticking time bomb for yourself and for the people around you. So one of the easiest, quickest ways to heal: allow silence in your life. What does that mean? Literally, it sounds kind of wishy foo foo. What does it mean? Every single day, take 1 to 2 hours, ideally two if you have the luxury of 2 hours, where it's just you lying in bed, lying on a couch, nobody else, no cell phone, nothing, no distractions. You can play music if you want, but you're just lying down and you're allowing yourself to feel how much you have been through, how much you have been through. And that's when your higher self will start coming in, giving you healings. Your guides will start giving you healings. Just say, please heal me. Please give me the healing. Please heal my numbness. Please
Stillness
show me.
is very important to start your healing
It's
process.
the most
Most
important
of
thing.
us stay in this numb state because we're constantly distracting ourselves with food, with porn, with TV, with addictions, with
Yes.
cigarettes. We always run to the shortcut. But stillness is very difficult for such people because as soon as the door closes and the lights turn off and you're only with yourself, even having a partner can become a distraction in this case. Being with yourself is the biggest medicine because at first it's going to seem scary, but then when you become friends with that fear and you go into the process deeper, you're going to start to realize what is all the pain that you're carrying, and then you can start applying healing procedures to remove that pain. And we teach all of that. We're going to be teaching Metatronic Healing Academy next year with a lot of quantum healing techniques that can change your life. So this is a process we've applied on ourselves, and
It works,
we
guys. It
highly
works like
recommend it.
magic. And that's our biggest hope to our intention is to give you everything we've got, because that's our soul mission. Our soul mission is to get activated as fuck and then teach you how to activate yourself and be the vessels to
The
channel
biggest
this
reason we
frequency to you.
chose to become healers is not for everybody else, is to heal ourselves. The
Yes.
amount of healing we've been able to do on
We're
ourselves
flying because of our
as
healings.
entity removal experts, as DNA activators, as chakra activators. We've done so much work on ourselves that that's the biggest gift of learning how to heal.
So one is allowing silence and going off on solo time. Solo time is so important. That day I took solo time. Saman, I literally said to Saman, I need you out of the house. I need solo time. And he's like, gee, thanks. And we're so close to each other. Nothing is taken badly. We're so blunt and honest with each other. So he went away, and that's when I had my healing. I cried in front of you guys. I made that video, and something just shifted. It released. So this is very important. If you're numb, it is important that you release. So how do you release? You take time to heal by taking time off for yourself, solo time. That was the first step. The second step is you basically nurture yourself. You don't judge yourself, you don't have expectation on yourself, and the most important thing is you don't put a deadline on yourself saying I need to be healed in 3 weeks. No, instead say I will take as long as I need to heal and come out of this extreme numbness, but in that process I won't get angry, I won't get triggered, I won't think the whole world is bad, I won't have these I won't let these thoughts rule me that humanity is so horrible and everybody is so mean. Because when you're going through numbness, you're going to feel like life is doom and gloom. Okay, you're going to feel like life is doom and gloom. Last year, every time I had to come online to make a YouTube, I'm like, this girl who you're watching used to love coming and sharing out of her innocence every video. I would like have so many videos going, and this girl was silenced in the last year. She just lost her will, she lost her willingness, she lost her spark, she lost her true. And
Connection.
coming back is important. How did I do that? I healed for 1 year. I allowed myself to feel everything, and when I felt it was ready, on December 21st I made a video and I released everything. So releasing also has to be done masterfully, not like by putting down everyone, but releasing is an energetic thing. So wherever you're numb, make sure you voice yourself. And another message I got, guys, this is so random, is if you, let's see if I, oh yeah, before I get there, I have one more point here. It is going to be very hard for you if you're numb to get up. Like for me, it was to get up and just come back and say, I'm going to be an Ascension teacher again. It's fine if so many people like threw so many things at me, but that is when your powers will start to activate. So I've come back now, right? So how did I do that? This is what came through for you guys, okay? You do it through willpower. It may be hard to show up, and you're being asked to show up, and this is very deep, so I'm going to say it as it comes. Many of you are not allowing your light to be seen. Let me rephrase that. When I look at many of you, I don't see anything. I don't see a bright light.
No presence.
You guys, many of you have no presence. You have no presence. You may be a lovely person inside, but you show up to the world as a shabby.
Like it's like you could be in a room full of people
Nobody
and
will
nobody
notice you.
will notice you.
Exactly. Okay. So now what they're saying is if you show up without any light, no one's going to observe, no one's going to take notice of you.
Or acknowledge you.
No one's going to acknowledge you. The universe is going to keep going in all its glory. We're going to be expanding, ascending, celebrating, House of Ra parties. And you guys are just going to be these sweet wallpapers, and you don't need to be these wallflowers. You are being asked to, just like I said, connect your heart to your throat, connect your light to your whole aura.
Exactly.
Allow yourself to show up. And how does that
Show
happen?
up with your voice.
Show up with your voice. Now, this is where the download came in that is so random. You know what the guide said? This was the download. How many of you do not have an Instagram account or a Facebook account? Please mention. Is there anyone here who does not have a social media presence?
And she means like a live presence where you're showing up, making videos, sharing your life.
Sharing
not
your
just
life,
having an
sharing
account.
your pictures, sharing your life. Exactly. You know what they said to me? This was the analogy the guides gave me. Think about, let's say you're single and you just meet this really hot guy or girl. And this hot guy or girl says, hey, check me out on Instagram, add me as a friend on Facebook, like flirty, right? Now imagine if this person says, oh my God, this is my Instagram, and you check this person out and he or she has like all these pictures. I'm traveling, I'm sharing my life, I'm
working
out, I'm eating healthy and whatever. Like I'm sharing my joy, my passion, my drive, my excitement, my travel, my challenges. I'm sharing everything that I'm going through. How hot would that be versus someone who says, I'm not really on Instagram. I would consider that, I would be like, what?
Or one of those private profiles.
It's the 21st
with
century.
No profile picture.
It's exactly no profile picture. Or like if your iPhone is called iPhone Susan, is that what you want your world to know you as? iPhone Susan or iPhone Audrey? No. You have to show up for yourself. And this is a very big teaching. One of the girls who came to our recent Tulum retreat, the Pleiadian DNA and Light Body Activation Retreat, Olivia, on the third day of the retreat, I channeled a message for her. I literally pointed to her at a circle and I said, I got a message for you that you're not showing up. I don't see you. I literally went, I don't see you. And these are Ascension students, which is why I can speak to them this way. They
It's
don't,
like her soul was not present in the
I
body.
couldn't see her. She was invisible to me. And believe it or not, she literally sat up and she said, I sat up in a new timeline because Eldora's voice just jolted the fuck out of me. And guess what? Her light continued to grow and grow and grow and grow in the retreat. On day 7 of the retreat, on the last day, she was hired. I got the message saying, ask this girl if she's a project manager. Out of the blue. I had no idea what she does. I texted her. She's like, are you a project manager? She's like, as a matter of fact, I am. I said, I'm getting guidance that we need to work together. No offer letter, just a very quick WhatsApp message. She quit her job, her well paying job, her secure job, and she starts with us in a few days on Jan 4th. Why? Because she increased her light. When you increase your light, the universe can see you. So, social media, you're being asked to really look into your social media presence because you guys are not, many of you are not on social media because you feel, who needs to hear my message or what am I going to say? Show up for yourself. You're being asked to, let's say you're playing a singing bowl and you put it on social media. Don't do it thinking, I have to teach someone something and that's too much burden. No. Instead, think, if 1 year from now somebody just looks at my social media, are they going to see that I'm an interesting person or am I a super boring and dead person? Use that
Or
as
afraid to show up person.
and where am I afraid to show up? Where am I afraid to show myself? Where am I afraid to be seen
Or heard.
or heard?
Or
And
even misunderstood.
or misunderstood, like even in your family, if someone is not hearing you, say, hey, I would like to talk to you for a moment. Do you have a moment? Because this does not sit well with me. That's you speaking, that's you showing up. So you guys are being asked to show up in a major way right now, because when you show up, you will start accessing new portals, just like Olivia, just by showing up and not being a wallpaper and just saying, whoa, I'm going to share more, I'm going to speak more, I'm going to dance more, I'm going to involve myself more, rather than just being left out of the retreat. She got a job with us, and apparently it is aligned to her soul, because she's like, I make such good money in my 3D job, but I'm not happy. This is fulfilling my soul. And she's coming to the Bacalar retreat, mushroom retreat. So her whole life is aligning to her soul. And many of you are at that breakthrough point where you're jumping up. But for you to jump up, you have to first come in and shine your light.
Somebody said in the comments, social media seems dark right now, and I've been avoiding it. The reason
That's a trap
social
as well.
media, the reason social media seems dark is because you're following the wrong people. What I did for my social media is I unfriended all the people I don't resonate with, and then I looked at people who inspire me and I started following them. So my feed now is just the groups and people that I resonate with. I've literally have to cut you, all of us have to do this. We have to cut cords with everything that doesn't resonate and seems dark. It's our choice. We can curate our own social media, and when we start voicing who we are authentically without fear of who will judge us, then I I can promise you that others like you will start resonating with you, start following you, start becoming friends with you. And that's the key here. Don't go into avoidance. Create something new.
I love that. You guys loving it so far? How are you guys doing? Comment, let me know. I want this to be a two-way dance. Let's tango. Even though I know nothing about tango, I would love to hear.
Kidding.
Yes. Okay, guys, the next one is that, okay, this is fun. Okay, a lot of, including what happened with us, the dark attack. Okay, this is something that's coming in. It's very, it feels very good to share this. Many of us, all of us really, have been stuck on planet Earth in hundreds of thousands of years of incarnation cycles, because as a soul you can't insert yourself and say, I'm just going there for one incarnation. Usually you pick up like a cluster of incarnations to create a certain influence, and you do what you're here to do, and also learn the lessons that you're here to learn. It's not usually just one. In that block of time, you experience all that that planet has to offer, all that that consciousness has to offer. Like, you experience polarity to then finally merge the light and the dark, because the dark and the light are both part of God. Who here can resonate to that? The dark and the light are both part of the divine. Everything that exists is part of the divine. So when you go into the light, you go into the dark, you go into the beautiful, you go into the ugly, you go into the horrible, you go into the extremely ecstatic, and you then harmonize everything As a master, you start going up into unconditional love, and that's how you start ascending. You're no longer playing in duality. So amazing, amazing. Lucifer, nice to see you. So everybody says it makes sense. I love that. Now, what's happening right now is that a lot of our karmic contracts are playing out, but not just like in every lifetime, but they're playing out to bring final healing and closure to it. Now, let's talk about karmic contracts. How does that work? So let's say you have some bad karma with people in a past lifetime and it's not resolved. Okay. So something happened to someone, somebody murdered someone, and there's still like this negative karma as a soul. You have to clear it before you can leave Earth, before you can ascend out of this vibrational sphere of Earth and go up into the higher realms. In this lifetime, just because of how it's the age of Aquarius, we're going into the golden age. It's the end of a 26,000 year cycle. It's the start of a new cycle. What's happening is that a lot of the jumbled mumbo-ness in your lives right now is you setting yourself free once and for all by healing your insecurity, healing all of this once and for all. And the people in your life are helping you do that. So, in my case, this last 1 year, in Saman's, in my case, this attack was a huge karmic contract, right?
Yeah.
It truly felt like with these 30 or so people who went against us, and they were all in our Tulum first event. So, it felt like a soul contract that probably happened in Egypt. They were probably against us in Egypt as well. They were probably against us in Atlantis as well. So it's the same thing playing out. But this time, we were able to completely harmonize it. The two of us, I don't know how they're doing. They're probably still stuck in hate and revenge and gossip and projection. But what did we do? We took it all in, we allowed it to go through our body, feel really, really painful, feel really, really horrible, go down, go down, go down, completely hit rock bottom in sense of how hopeless we felt on this planet, and then shatter everything and rise up as fucking 12-foot giants. That's how I feel. I'm only 5'3", but I feel like a 12-foot giant right now because I have got up from the ashes, you guys. When you get up from the ashes and you stand up, that's when you truly feel free. You feel in your heart, you feel enlightened, you feel everything. You just feel like moksha, like
And you feel
finally.
so full of love that the only thing you wish to do is share the love with others.
Exactly. Do you want to tell them, Saman, how we were getting that a few people are too focused on their ascension, like Elsibeth? How?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were recently discussing this with our NEM students. Some of our students write to us and they say,
We
I
love
just
you guys,
discovered
by the
your
way.
YouTube channel like last week, and on Sunday I found your YouTube channel. On Monday I joined NEMS. On Tuesday I was doing the Markaba course. And there sometimes people who join us have such a high drive to ascend, and they're like this kid in a candy store where they cannot help themselves and they want to buy all the courses and do all the workshops at once. And these are the front row students who show up every month at our New Earth Mystery School live Zoom sessions, and you're all welcome to join us. You can go to nems.love and subscribe to our monthly membership. It's a great community and a place where we hang out and learn a lot about the ascension and equip each other with tools.
Tell them tomorrow we're meeting.
Oh yeah, tomorrow we're meeting for our year-end Q&A sessions where we bring channel messages from the guides, and you can.
And next month we have a big one. January, I'm making my first official announcement. We're doing an event on New Earth Mystery School. Many of the students are here waiting, and yes, it is what you wanted. We're doing a quantum leap, your 2024 goals, with a sacred geometry activation with Metatron. And we are excited to see where
I'm
this goes.
drooling
I
at
am
this one.
drooling. I am
I still
excited.
don't know what Metatron is going to be sending us, but I'm waiting for the
Guys,
downloads.
there's never been a better time to join. So for all of you who want to join, make it part of your regimen. It's super cheap.
And what we're going to do is take all your 2024 goals and then supercharge them with crystals and sacred geometry and amplify the fuck out of them.
Literally, we're setting ourselves up for success in 24. That's what this is all about, and we cannot wait. We cannot wait.
Yeah. So going back to the point I was talking about, ascension junkies is a term we came up with for such people who have so much drive. But we also found that people are self-sabotaging a bit in how fast they're going, because if you are taking all these ascension courses that we offer and you are absorbing them at such a fast rate with your head, like learning everything intellectually, the other side of the teaching is that we have to harmonize in our body and bring it into practice. And if you do a Markaba course, we highly recommend taking at least a month before you absorb it, before you even think of doing another course,
And also,
and bringing
like,
it into daily practice.
and recently we had like a retreat, post-retreat integration call with all our retreat folks, which was so fun. It was just yesterday. We're so activated, guys. That's why we're going on so many vacations. And I'll talk about a message I received about that as well, that I have to share with you guys. It's very vulnerable. But we're like showing up so much, like we're working out, we're doing so much. We're doing calls, we're doing Zoom calls, we're doing business meetings, we're expanding like so fast that we need more downtime to relax and charge ourselves up for 24. For those of you who think, oh, these guys have multi-million dollar lifestyles and they don't do nothing, it's the opposite. We are so
We
involved
have
in our
very
business,
activated
but we have
lifestyles.
a very activated and a very exciting lifestyle. And this is the lifestyle that I'm rooting for all of humanity, because it's the travel is just the bonus for our hard work, for our passion, for our communication, for our leadership, for our drive. These are for our gratitude, for our embodiment. The travel and the lifestyle and the luxury, these are just bonuses. Okay, without that, this would feel empty. Imagine if we had all of this and we didn't have any soul mission. So boring, right? Luxury is not everything. Okay, so I have another teaching I want to get into. Before I do that, for those of you wondering, how do I join this Metatron course or whatever you guys are doing? You go to nems.love. So www.nems.love,
New Earth Mystery School, NEMS.
nems.love/nems. So nems.love/nems. And you should see that graphic. I think it went up today, or it will be going up soon, which says the Metatron event. And you just purchase, it's $88 a month. And we do one event every single month. And very soon, we're even talking about not having a monthly membership. We might make minimum 3 months or whatever. Because once you guys come in, you're in a 5D New Earth community. You meet people, you learn, you become part of a community. We have a Discord chat channel. Everything changes. So 1 month is not doing
And
you
you
enough
start raising your
justice
frequency very fast
instantly.
once you're in the container.
And many people say, we didn't know what NEMS was, and we just took the faith and we didn't know what we were doing, and we came and our lives are changed. And that's what's going to happen.
One
Okay.
girl came to our retreat and she had only discovered us on YouTube 4 days prior to purchasing the ticket. We're like,
And she's probably here
wow,
today.
Way to like listen to your heart.
She then bought a 14-month NEMS membership and she's like hooked. She's hooked. Okay, guys, so there's another teaching that, so, okay. Okay, so hold on. I need a sip of water.
You need to. You need more?
Get some water, yeah. Okay, so what I was shown is that 1111 portal. One of the biggest, Saman and I were doing our accomplishments for 2023, and we highly recommend you guys do the same. What were your accomplishments in 2023? One of the things that we did was we started connecting very closely with the Pleiadians in 23. We did 2 channeled events. One was the 5-5 car light circuitry event, and one was the 11-11 car light circuitry event. Both of them were Pleiadian portals. And we did a Pleiadian light body and DNA activation retreat. All were channeled. But a message was coming in about the 1111 portal and how it was another divergence point in your life. Okay. I'm going to share this example to help you decode it and download it in a proper way. We had an amazing cleaner in our house. Her name was Raquel. We used to joke around, laugh around, like Saman and I, like friends. And she was with us even last time when we were in Tulum. And recently she shared with me that she was going through, she doesn't know this, but she's going through this spiritual awakening because she's like, I just want to meditate more and I want to work less. These are all the signs of a spiritual awakening. She's like, I'm losing resonance with my boyfriend of 10 years. So I said to her, I told her it's an awakening. I told her all of this. And within a few days, she said to me, she's like, is it okay if I just cook in your house and we'll get someone else to clean? I said, perfect. I would love that. So we hired this new girl, Lupita, who said, okay, I'm going to come in and clean and whatnot, and Raquel will help you guys cook. Shortly, within a week of that, Raquel started behaving weird around us. Literally, I started sensing envy. Like, these are like frequencies that I had never felt from her, ever. And again, I know as an Ascension teacher, what's happening is that you're going through that. She's hitting that frequential bandwidth of how far she can go with us.
And it was also because her life was going in a downwards cycle because of her awakening. she has to let go of a lot of things.
Right.
So her shit was coming up looking at the perfection in our life and our happiness and our joy and our
Yeah.
abundance. So it
And
we
it was
don't blame her. It's
innocent.
obviously human as well.
And it was innocent. There's no judgment. In fact,
Yeah.
I feel so. And she was like fun. So, anyway, when we started seeing this frequential thing, it's so funny. This was a week after this. We locked ourselves out of our own house. And someone's like, fuck, I don't have the key to get back in. And we're like, Raquel, we need the key. And she had the key. This was a week after 11/11. So by now, she's already trained this new girl, Lupita, for a week. It's 1 week later. And Saman goes up, he takes a cab up to her house, picks up the key and comes back. And then I get the message saying Raquel's out. She's out of vibrational alignment. And Saman's like, no, no. I mean, this is too much. And then we're like, how perfect is it that she's now trained Lupita? Now get this. 1 week later, Lupita also starts showing signs of like not being in alignment. Now, this is where the message comes in. Okay. This is going to hit hard for some of you. When Lupita started showing signs of like not showing up on time, or
She
one day,
canceled 2 shifts in a row
yeah, she
without
canceled two
notice.
shifts. And one day I told her it's very important that you come because I had an event the next day. I said, I need the house clean. And she's like, oh, I can't come. I just did a 16-hour shift. Now, this is where the message comes in. When Lupita canceled, I went into this lower shadow self that said, oh my God, humans are unpredictable. Humans are unreliable. Humans are not in their integrity. And you know what? I'm just going to suck it up, and I'm going to message this girl again and say, please come back. Not come back. She hadn't quit. I'm like, okay, no problem. You've canceled whatever. When can you come next? And every part of my soul was not wanting to do it, because when you work from your heart will just say, no, I'm not doing it. So when my heart says no, I don't do it. So I paused. I didn't message this girl to come back. And then I texted Starla, who works with us, and I said, Starla, please find us a good cleaner. And Starla not only found us a professional cleaning company online, they charge exactly what Raquel and Lupita charged. They use organic, biodegradable, non toxic products. They come in a team of two, so they only spend half the time. Like, they are in and out. And not just that, guys, this is going to hit hard. Siman and I had not noticed that in the downstairs, there was this one spot in the downstairs bathroom in the sink. And I don't mean to be gross, but this is a hard hitting teaching. There was a piece of mold growing in one spot. And I didn't make anything of it. I thought that's probably just how it always looks. When this cleaning company came, the first time they did a deep cleaning. And when they left, I literally walked in and I'm like, holy shit, this house looks like 10 times better than it did for the last 6 months. What's going on? And I told them, I said, can you please clean this stuff? Little did I know that they would actually clean it, and everything was just shiny. Now, what's the lesson here? When the universe removes people from your life, or says to you, hey, this person has to go, this husband is no longer aligned for you, or this boyfriend or this wife or this girlfriend or this teacher or this whatever experience is no longer aligned for you, what do? You try to hold on to it. Like, no, 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 I don't want to lose Lapita. I don't want to lose. It's going to be a pain training other people. Oh my God, who has the patience to train other people? That is us being weak. That is us being okay with the mold in our life, looking around. The mold is growing right under your eyes. How don't you see it? How don't you see it? Because you're vibrating.
That good people are hard to
Good
find.
people are hard to find. Humanity is really hard. I'm going to really work on Lupita because I don't want to train again. And I'm going to hold on to this girl because I don't want to lose her. There's nobody else like her in this universe of 8 billion people. I can't do better. Where in your life is it so obvious that there is toxicity in your life and you can't see it because of
you're
your
ignoring
limiting
it.
shadows? Where are you not seeing the moldy relationships and the moldy structures in your life because it's too much work?
Yeah. And the message I got at that point when she told me that we're no longer working with Lupita or Raquel because they're unreliable, I was like, fuck yes. Like,
Yeah.
we want more stability in our
Was it
lives.
you who said that?
Yeah, I
I
got
think
exactly
so.
this message at that point. It was literally like coming in, like, why do you go back to unreliable people when you want to build more stability, right?
And we're doing this even in our office.
We're unconsciously allowing unreliable people to constantly show up in our life,
And
to
abuse
constantly be
us.
forgiven, to constantly abuse our energy. and constantly
Yes.
throw our lives into chaos. Why are we
Yes.
allowing this? So we decided the moment you stop allowing this abuse of your energy, the universe is going to start opening up doors and reliable people will start showing up. And you also have to heal this core belief that that reliable people are difficult to find. Literally, reliable people are difficult to find, whether it comes in relationships, whether it comes in your job, whether it comes in any aspect of your life. If you change this with the belief that I am surrounded by capable, reliable people, then it'll filter out everyone who doesn't belong there.
I love that.
And these are
So
affirmations you can speak into the mirror while looking at yourself. It's very powerful.
a mindset shift, literally, why do people spend tens of thousands of dollars on mindset coaching? Because a mindset shift, and every single YouTube video of ours, every single in the last 3 years, is all about mindset. It's everything. Ascension is mindset, really. You change your mindset, you start vibrating that mindset, the elevated mindset, and your whole reality
When you
changes.
Even
Simple.
if you pay a coach $100,000 or $500,000, some of the top coaches in the world, what they'll start with is working on your belief systems.
Yes.
They will start identifying which beliefs are limiting you and blocking you and help you remove them.
And that's what we do very well in the New Earth Mystery School. We have done this in so many of our events. We give you, like, literally, we say, bring out your books. We're going to go
And
dive
that's
deep,
and beliefs and contracts are also basis or and foundation of our quantum metatronic healing modality, which is
which
coming
is
out
coming
next year.
soon. There's a waiting list for that as well. Anybody who wants to join, info@nems.lab, and say, I'm signing up for the Healers Academy. I want to be a quantum Metatronic light technician, and then a light warrior, and then a light priest. Who knows what levels we'll have, but we'll have at least 3 levels. So, guys, another thing that came in was you guys are being asked to do a self review of your certain vibrations. Most of you guys watching, I would assume, are in this one frequency, because what has happened is 2023 has really given this divergence of, it's a divergence has happened. So are you vibrating? Oh my god, I have another message I have to share with you guys. Are you vibrating? Actually, before I go into this, let me tell you why I'm bringing this up. So now I saw that this beautiful girl, Raquel, like, she doesn't know she's having envy, but Saman and I are super psychic. We can see everything because it's shown to us right away. Because when someone around you in your close proximity of your house is vibrating envy, it's almost sending darts of attack into your chakras. That's
And we
actually
can
how it,
feel the emotions of
it's
everyone
like
around us.
sadness
It's
and
like
envy. And I
hard
wish
to
I had
filter
that.
out people's emotions.
Right. It's like, I wish I had that, right? So when that happens, we had to lovingly part ways. Even though we didn't say it's because of envy, it's just like, it just happened. Raquel's like, hey, I got this new job working with kids. And I'm like, perfect. Congratulations. And we just drifted off. Now, this is something I want to share with you guys very vulnerably, that this morning, Saman and we checked into a resort yesterday, because we, last minute, we said, we've been going on vacation after vacation, but we feel exhausted. We have a very big mission that we're holding on our shoulders, and it requires a lot of energy, like a lot of space
And
holding
keeping
abilities.
ourselves in balance.
So we just felt like we need another vacation. And today, Saman and I were talking, and he said, baby, I don't feel safe to share our lifestyle with our audience. And he says, I don't think we should share that we are out in a vacation right now. And that's because his hurt is talking. And now that I've come out, Miss Wizkid, Ra Child, she's back on her roller skates. I'm like, no, we're not going to dim our light because others are triggered by our lifestyle, but we're going to make it a teaching. So I share a lot of stories, our personal behind the scene life, on my stories on Instagram and Facebook. And it's basically, they're going viral. Like, we have thousands of people who watch them because they're getting these 5D codes of life through our stories. And our Instagram, we only have one Instagram account. All others are fake. It's Eldora Siman. That's it. That's our Instagram account. There's no and. It's just Eldora Siman. And we also are on Facebook. So what I felt was, through our stories, I started feeling envy in many of our audience, especially even in our core audience. It's not a nasty envy. It's not a it's an innocent envy. It's like, ah, I wish. Guys, I'm telling you, I ran away from home. So this is what came through. They said, Eldora, for those who, and it hurt us. Okay. So when we feel envy from you guys, it hurts us. Because it's not all of you. It's just a small, small minority of, look at their lifestyle. Or it's this feeling of envy, like, oh, how come they have such a perfect relationship? And so today, Saman and I were feeling a bit raw, like, I don't like to feel envy from our audience. And then, you know what my guides said? They said, Eldora, just remind everybody, guys, I took a video of the buffet this morning. It was like such a lavish spread, and I put it up. And I was crying as I wrote the story. I ran away from home when I was 18 years old from an abusive house. I slept on the streets of Mumbai because I had no money. I had no food to eat. And that's the first time I ever felt angels around me, like human angels, like taxi drivers saying, you know what, here's some food. Did I already tell this
Yeah,
story? So I ran away from home. And where was I going with this?
about envy.
Oh, yeah. So they're saying, what I did, you can too. I am you and you are me.
Like we've
So,
literally risen from the ashes. We've created everything with
yes,
our own efforts, with our own hands.
yes, both of
And
us.
every single thing that we display in our life is as an example to inspire
Of
you,
what's
because
possible.
we are mirrors of you. We are
Yes,
mirrors of each other. And
yes.
our when
Oh.
we rise to our highest potential and show the world that we can do this, you can do it too, then we all rise together. And that's our deepest wish for humanity.
We have more teachings. You guys want us to wrap up or you want us to keep going? Let me know. We have a few more things to say. Who wants to keep going? It's your end.
Olivia wants to keep going.
Do you guys want to keep going? For real.
Okay, we'll call Olivia and hang up from YouTube
Keep
in that
going,
case.
keep going, keep going. Okay, amazing. That's good.
Okay,
All right,
fine.
let's keep going. So I have a few more things, but before that, let me quickly give you guys a self. Yes, amazing. Give you guys a self review of now. Look into your field. Where are you? Like, if you're vibrating envy, judgment, victim consciousness, like poor me, fuck my luck. Like, some people have this face like fuck my luck. Life is so hard. Life is so fuck my luck. If you have that on your face, it's the opposite of, oh, love you guys too. It's the opposite of, I am driven and I'm a creator. So are you in ungratitude, victim consciousness, judgment, envy, unwillingness, no drive, no social media presence, no willingness, like no personality, no will to live? You
No
don't
self
like
responsibility.
you don't like earth, and a major one, no self responsibility. So when somebody says something you don't like, instead of saying let me take responsibility and show up, like one of the retreat girls, Samira Dana Dodge, she literally said to us such a profound thing. She's like, after the retreat, I'm not being as mean. She says, I used to be really mean when people, I couldn't take their
Criticism.
feedback because I would attack them and say, don't say that to me, because of her hypersensitivity. And she said, since the retreat,
No, it wasn't that she had become mean. She said
she
she
said I
had
was
become
mean.
so defensive
Yes.
because people around her were usually very abrasive, and they would like present critique to like, you need to improve this and that, but they would do it in such a blunt and harsh way that she started rejecting the critique. So she literally would put up this mean, tough front
Yes.
and reject, say, and like, I'm not, your input is not
Wow.
welcome here. But after the retreat, where we taught everyone how to come face to face with their egos and become self effacing, being self effacing is one of the biggest teachings of this ascension that you can learn. The moment you learn how to take criticism, even though sometimes it may come not from a place of love, but it may have a nugget of truth in it. But when you realize that you're taking every opportunity and input and feedback from the universe and from people around you as an opportunity to become a better person, you're going to start rising in Jacob's ladder. You're going to start climbing the ascension ladder, and miracles will unfold in your life. When you start taking charge of your ascension and taking every opportunity to rise higher, everything starts working for you.
I love that. I want to tell you a really cute story about Siman. So a few days ago, he's the cutest boyfriend ever. You don't know what I'm going to say. So he called me aside a few days ago and he's like, baby, there's something about your haircut that I need you to change. I'm like, what? You don't like my haircut? And he's like, because remember it was growing really long. I was trying to make it like a long cut, and I was like working 6 months now. I've been growing it, trying to make this part long again. And he's like, you need to go back to that shortcut because short is where you are. So he
Right?
literally drew it for me on a paper, like how he wanted me to cut my hair again. And I just got my hair cut and I love it. I love it.
I'm
Changes.
very particular about how she looks. I,
He's
I
like,
have a lot
I
of
love.
input in it. I'm like,
He's so. And
I
next
want
time
you
he's
to
like,
look like this.
and next time he's like,
She's
yeah.
like my supermodel.
I
I'm like, I
found
don't
that
have any hair.
so
Might as well live
cute.
through you.
I told my stylist. I said my boyfriend wants me. I say boyfriend because partner sounds professional, like so weird. He's not my husband. We're never getting married. Soulmate sounds weird. He's my boyfriend. Keeps it very fun and like we love being boyfriend girlfriend. But
I
I
love
found
this
that
haircut on you, by the way.
yeah, I like it too.
I did it.
I'm so,
I didn't do it. It was all my doing.
he made me go to the salon and he's like, look, this is you back. But
Next
I
time
love
I
it.
have to come with her to the salon because the stylist missed a few very obvious like style mistakes, and I have to like sit there and correct them. It's like, wow, you have to do everything yourself in life, right?
That is so adorable. You know that? So, guys, ungratitude, unwillingness, earth is so hard. Like, or somebody come take me off earth. This is all not going to work out for you in 2024. I'm giving you a heads up. It's going to be very hard for you to live on this planet if you're in that frequency. You're actually descending, you're aging, you're not being seen by anyone, you're not grabbing anyone's attention. What are the frequencies that you're being asked to embody more? Gratitude, joy, vibrancy, passion. How do you get all that? You can't just be like so dead and suddenly get passion. It's impossible. You have to work through it. You have to raise your joy. You have to start doing things you like. Go for a massage,
Get
go
to
for a
know
yoga
yourself.
class, go for a Zumba class.
Spending time in silence is the core pillar of all of this. When you spend
Yes.
time in silence, that's when your eggshell cracks open and you birth yourself.
And why is that? Because why is that? It's because your soul is thirsty for your time. Your soul is thirsty for your attention and
to
awareness.
get to know who you truly are.
So when you just sit with yourself, you sit with your soul, the kind of rejuvenation and refilling and refueling that happens is, you can't get that with money. You can't get that by going at 100 miles per hour. You can't get that by doing every single one of our courses. You can't get it with anything. You can only get it by quietening down and allowing yourself to feel. Awesome. I have a feeling you want to end. I
Yeah,
have like a
in a bit.
lot more.
You can go for
Fine.
it.
Let me try to end up with some powerful. What?
Nothing.
Okay. So gratitude, compassion, self-love, non-judgment, these are like the higher frequencies of I'm a creator and I can achieve anything. Okay. Full responsibility, self-effacing. So you guys are ascending. So this is very important. Now, we were going to give you guys a message about couples. You want to do that in the next video?
It's up to you.
It's hour and 11 minutes. Let me see. Let's see, guys. I'm just seeing if there's anything super urgent that I haven't covered. Okay, I'm going to end with one last teaching. So one of the biggest breakthroughs that somebody who came, 144 people in the house, I love that. Welcome everybody who just came. And it's an hour and 12 minutes and 22 seconds. We'll wrap up soon. So one of the biggest breakthroughs that someone who works with us, Starla, who we love dearly, had at the retreat was right after the retreat, the guides showed her through us that, hey, you're not really in your gratitude. You're not really in your heart. You're kind of putting on an act. We did that with all of our people who came at the retreat yesterday in the retreat call. We gave them an analysis of where you're not being authentic, where you need to work on. And like, we were basically their ascension guides. And Starla had the biggest breakthrough saying, holy shit, I thought I was in my heart, but I wasn't. I was being inauthentic. I thought I was being in my heart, but I was being in my head. And I'm going to give you an example of how to tell. We recently hired a lovely girl to work with us as copywriter and marketing expert. And she's in India. And she was a student. She's like, oh my God, I just had my awakening. And I met you guys a few months ago. I've joined NEMS. I bought the annual membership. I bought every single one of your courses. And I can't get enough. And when we offered her a job, she just landed in my Instagram, literally. And I never open an Instagram account, and I open her account and it's like copywriter. 2 days after I said to the universe, bring me a copywriter and a marketing person. So she said to me, oh my God, this is my biggest dream come true. I would love, like, you guys, you don't understand how giddy I'm feeling. I've been watching you and to work with you. She was super excited. She was super in her heart. Okay. We gave her the job offer. And we said, we're going to pay you. We said, okay, what do you feel like you need? And she says, I would love if I got this much. And I would love if I got this as a perk. She asked for 2 things. Next day, we responded. We said, we would love to give you what you wanted. We would love to give you the perks that you were asked for. In addition, we would also like to give you some discounts on some of our courses and live events. In addition, we'd also like to give you, we put in like a few extra things. Now, as soon as she saw the extra things, her head kicked in and she went into negotiation. She's like, oh, you know what? Is it possible to get a little bit more here? And is a little bit possible? And instantly, I left her a voice message and I said, no, it's not possible. You know why? Because you're in your head now. And why are you in your head? Because we've given you everything that you wanted and more. And your head is making you negotiate with us. That doesn't work in our vortex. And she's like, holy shit. She had a breakthrough. She's like, I thought I was being in my heart, but your heart is in gratitude when you get exactly what you want and more. And on you're working with Ascension teachers, and you know that your ascension is going to get higher because of just working with us, and you're getting paid exactly what you asked for, and you're getting a bonus. Now, where are you doing this in your life? Where the universe is giving you what you're asking for, but you're so in your head that you're like, I'm not ascending, I'm not ascending. Instead of saying, I have grown so much in 2023. Where are you saying life is so challenging? I don't know how to astral travel anymore, and I don't know how to manifest money yet. Instead, where are you celebrating what you do know? That is what the heart does. And why do we spend so much time, guys, on heart activations? In our retreat, if people got one activation, everybody went from their head to their heart. And what that'll do when you guys move into your heart is it'll open a completely new universe for you. It's like the head operating system is here on earth, and then the heart operating system is here. In your head operating system, you won't meet teachers like me. You won't even like teachers like us. Once you go into your heart, you start meeting heart teachers, heart frequency teachers. Everything changes. You start aligning to jobs that are in your heart. So you guys are being asked to make this difference. Sometimes you think you're in your heart, but you're not. You have to really, really tune into this. Siman thinks I'm going over, so I'm going to stop. I think we're good. I think he just wants to go and have fun with me. That's his face, don't you?
I'm tired.
Guys, he's so protective of my time, possessive of my time. He's like, he just wants to like take me off now as his girlfriend, have a romantic evening. I can see that face. Look on your face.
I'm very honest about
He
it.
wants to go have a drink with me in our all-inclusive resort and have our lovely dinner. So that's what we're gonna do. Bye, everyone. It was so nice connecting with you in the last week of December. Happy holidays. Go easy on yourself. And I love you so much. I feel so healed and I feel back with the bang.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We love you guys.
And Happy New Year. Happy New Year, you guys. May 2024 be our best year yet, because we are the meek and we shall indeed inherit the earth. We are the deserving ones. Let's go, you guys.